Hello. Hello. Hi, I'm Teacher Oakley. Welcome to Verbling. In this class, we will continue basically where we left off last hour's class, looking at the FCE speaking test. Last class, we looked briefly at part 1 and a little more closely at part 2. In this class, we're going to mostly concentrate on part 3 and maybe just a little bit of part 4. Just to share with you briefly what we're talking about with the FCE test. This belongs to the Cambridge English family of tests. They have a whole bunch of them. IELTS is one of them. You can see the levels on the left and the right, the A1, B1, C1, same leveling that is used right here at Verbling. And they have a number of different exams, including the IELTS, BULATS. The business series is leveled, as are the KET, PET, FCE, CAE. You notice they're different levels. Today, we're looking at FCE. That's the green one right here in the middle, basically intermediate from lower B1, B2 level, kind of bouncing up a little bit into advanced. So it basically covers the entire intermediate range. Okay. As you become more proficient, then you might want to consider taking the CAE or very advanced CPE. You can see how it equivocates across the scale. The FCE, what we're doing today, kind of basically the equivalent to the 5.5 to 6.5 range in the IELTS test, which would be considered upper intermediate. Okay, let me quickly welcome students to the class, and we'll get started. A little warm-up exercise, and then we'll practice part 3 of the speaking test. Hi, Mustafa. Again.
Hi, teacher. Hi, thank you for asking
Hi,
for
welcome. You're welcome, I think. All right. Carolina, hi, welcome back.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Okie doke. All right, let me do a screen share. We'll do a little kind of a warm-up deal, and then we'll get to a series of questions. All right. In this part 3 now, look, you're first of all, you're going to be, it's a slightly awkward screen share here, but bear with me. All right, you're going to be looking at a series of pictures, like these pictures on the right here. All right. Okay. Scary. Is anybody scared of clowns? Please avert your gaze if you are afraid of clowns. Okay, so you look at an entire series of pictures that have some commonality, something that keeps them in common. In this section, we'll do a couple. We'll do a little warm-up section. You're going to be this section, as opposed to part 2, which is a little bit more focused on the description and conjecture. Part 3 is more focused on opinions. So just to warm up, we're going to do a quick little exercise. Basically introducing opinions, and simple exercise. Just choose the word in italics you think best collocates or best fits with the sentence construction. Quick shout out to Jorge Luis. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well, Oakley. How are you?
Pretty good. It's Friday, you know. TGIF.
Yeah.
You know TGIF?
No, I don't.
Thank God it's Friday. All right. Okay. All right. So, in the United States, for example, you might have employees greet each other around the water fountain, around the water cooler or something. Hey, how you doing, Bob? You know, TGIF. Common enough kind of colloquial phrase. Mustafa, I'm going to start with you, and also I'm going to correct you. Not humble day.
Oh, sorry. What is it?
Wednesday is hump day in hump
Okay.
day in English speaking culture. Hump day because you get over the hump. It associated with the
You
idiomatic
almost,
phrase.
yeah, you almost reached the Friday, right? Or,
Well, it's the middle. It's exactly the middle, the hump.
oh,
Uh,
okay.
if you're over the hump, you're over the hard part. And this over the hump phrase can be used for anything. How's the new project going, Bob? Well, I think we're over the hump. We've done the hard part. Now it's just we've got the plan, we've got our permits, we've got our whatever we need, and it's all just implementing the plan now. We're over the hump. That's the idea. So hump day, right in the middle, Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's try the exercise here. A, just go ahead and read it. Choose the one you think is correct.
I don't think clowns very interesting. Oh, very amusing.
That's awkward, my friend. No, the colloquial phrasing is I don't find clowns very amusing. If you use think, it would be I don't think clowns are very amusing. You use the verb to be with that. You don't
Okay.
you, you don't need the verb to be with I don't find clowns very amusing. Uh,
Neither do I.
do you find them scary?
No, actually, I hate them
You hate
because,
them. Why?
yeah, they always uh, made me had bad times and parties because I was the can I say I was the tallest man in the party and they always had jokes for that kind of people for me.
Oh,
So
I
I
see.
really hate them.
So they picked on you. Okay. All right. Now, Jorge Luis jumped in, and you know what? I want to encourage all of you to do that in today's class. Be interactive. The FCE test it requires two people, two applicants or two test takers will be taking the test. There will be two scoring people, one the interlocutor who's asking you questions and guiding you through the exam, and one person who sits to the side and writes notes and makes you nervous. I think that's their job, just to make you nervous, because they're sitting there scratching away with a pencil and you're going, oh my God, what is she writing? I think that's the whole point. But anyway, especially in this part of the exam, but through the entire speaking exam for FCE and as well as CAE and this whole series of exams, the speaking is actually interactive. You take it with one other test taker, sometimes two if they have an odd number of applicants. And you are encouraged to do what Jorge Luis just did. Interact with each other as you're taking the exam. All right? So actually, feel free to continue that. Carolina, B.
I am not really into musicals.
That's it. You're really into something, or I'm not into something negatively. Obviously, are you into musicals, Carolina?
Yes, I love musicals.
You do. All right.
Yeah.
Can you sing something from West Side Story, maybe? I feel
No, this
pretty, oh so pretty.
no.
I feel pretty and witty and gay. Okay.
I
Come on,
like
Carolina, you can do it.
watching.
You can do it.
No, 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 no. I
Fair.
only sing in the shower. No more.
All right.
Only for me and my family and my cats.
All right. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Jorge Luis, how about C? What is the proper phrasing here?
Uh, I would say that maybe in fat. I really don't like staged comedy at all.
Yeah. Okay. Very common to start phrases, and this is something that they like on the standardized tests with phrases or words like, or adverbs like, in fact, actually, honestly, truthfully, to be frank, or frankly, things like that. Okay, IELTS and these different speaking tests love that kind of thing. It's very natural, native speaker, conversational English. Mustafa, how about D? Well, here's another one.
To be honest, silent films don't make me laugh.
Okay. Have you ever seen a silent film?
Silent films don't make me laugh. Silent film like no, that don't give you like emotion. Like I'm
No.
not sure.
They're actually silent. There is no sound. You do realize when movies first started, there was no sound.
Oh no, it's like no, it's like something. Don't have any feeling to it or taste.
Okay. Yeah, silent movie. When the film industry first started, movies were silent, and if they wanted to add dialogue, it was more like subtitles.
Yeah, sorry, teacher. Just imagine like you are watching a horror movie and it's silent. It's not the feeling as you watch it with the
Yeah.
sound, right?
Yeah, they actually, old Bela Lugosi movies. Oh, yeah, they actually did make horror movies that were silent. Believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, really, seriously. Carolina, let's move on. E.
E. Romantic comedies aren't really my business.
Well, I mean that sentence does make sense, but you're saying that that's not your job. Okay,
Yeah.
which would make sense if you were working in Hollywood, and they said, oh, you work for a production company, you work for Warner Brothers. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Well, oh, do you work on any Adam Sandler films? Well, actually, no. Romantic comedies aren't really my business. Then it would make sense. Okay. But if you're talking about preferences, likes, and dislikes, romantic comedies aren't really my thing. Would be more appropriate, colloquial expression. All right. Okay. Do you like romantic comedies?
Yes, I love romantic comedies.
You know,
Chick comedies.
chick flicks.
Movies. Yes, chick flicks movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here's the chick flicks. We call them. Yeah. Yeah. Romantic comedies can be chick flicks, or the all-time great chick flick, Titanic. Not really
I,
a. You love that movie? Yeah, that figures.
yeah,
Okay.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, okay. There you go. Perfect example of a chick flick. So, all right. Jorge Luis, how about letter F here?
I am not, um, I would say, a big fan of comedy clubs.
Good. Excellent. Are you a fan of comedy clubs? Have you ever been to a comedy club?
I'm not sure if I know what does comedy clubs mean. I mean, if I saw some kind of this sort of comedy clubs, do you have an example?
Well, kind of. A comedy club is a place where you go and you sit down. There's a bar. You sit at a table. You get drinks,
Ah, right,
and there's
right,
a
right, right.
stand-up comedian. There's a small
Yeah,
stage, usually fairly small and intimate. You know.
stand-up comedy. Here in Colombia,
That's it. Yeah.
I have seen some. Oh, sorry, I have watched by television, but I had never been in a, how can I say, in a,
Comedy club.
uh, yeah, but in that time, in the club. You're
Yeah,
right.
in the club. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I kind of feel about comedy clubs like you feel about clowns, right,
And
Luis?
you you know what? Yeah, yeah, I try to avoid to go at that kind of places because I know that the comedy, the guy or the girl will say jokes about tallest people or tall
Yeah.
people.
I don't know why they always pick me out of the audience as well. I don't,
Yeah,
whatever. There's 40 people sitting there, and the guy will start talking about me, like every
yeah,
time.
and I am
Don't
like
know
a
why.
magnetic from them. You know,
Me
let me
too.
in peace, please. Let me alone.
Exactly. I'm like an abuse magnet. Yeah. Please abuse me. Okay. A little quick how to do it. How to do FCE Part 3. Give your opinions clearly and simply. A simple statement, just like the ones we were just looking at. Part 3 is mostly about giving opinions. Clearly state it. Do not, what you need to avoid is saying, I think blah, blah, blah because, and with a linking subordinator, and then start right with your reasons. Just stop. Give your opinion in one simple sentence, and then you give your supporting reasons. All right, in part 3 in this exam, this is important. Listen to your partner. React to what they say. Okay, Jorge Luis, been all over that so far. All right. Um, okay, self-correction is okay. If you make a mistake, fine, but don't worry about it too much because that there's a balance there, having correct vocabulary and grammar and fluency. So if you're stopping to correct yourself, you're wrecking your fluency. If you don't correct yourself, you're losing points on whatever your mistake is. So there's a balance there, so don't worry about it too much. Keep talking. All of these Cambridge, Oxford family of exams, it's up to the examiner to keep the timing. You do not have to worry about that at all, unlike TOEFL, for example, where everything's timed. Uh, in these exams, including FCE, it's up to the examiner. So you can never ever lose points for talking too much. It's impossible. You can, however, definitely, and you will lose a lot of points or a lot of scoring if you don't speak enough. Um, okay. Uh, all right. Part 3 questions. You're going to be asked about a bunch of pictures and talking about similarities and or differences and your opinion regarding similarities or differences. We're going to get to that in a minute, but since I have this material here, um, part 4 kind of feeds off, flows naturally from part 3. There are 4 parts to the FCE. Uh, there, you may be asked in part 4 to cooperatively figure something out with your partners. Well, okay, so let's cooperatively look at a couple of questions here. Mustafa, you can start off, but Carolina, Jorge, feel free to jump in and try to, make it like a natural conversation. So, Mustafa, is it more enjoyable seeing these types of entertainment on your own or with friends? And give reasons.
First of all, which type of entertainment? Let me see.
Okay, all of them. So you're going to have a group of pictures. Dining out, clowns, silent movies. Looks like this, my God, mimes. No, no, not mimes. Yes, mimes.
What? Sorry, what wise?
Broadway play. A mime. Okay, they often dress like this. Do you,
Okay.
Carolina or Jorge Luis, can you tell Mustafa what a mime is? Do either?
No, yeah, it's the guy that made your life miserable. You are walking through the park and then you start to feeling that everybody is staring you, and then
Oh,
you realize that there is some person simulating your moves, your movement,
Oh,
and
really?
that's the reason.
Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, that's it. This 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 guy, they this thing. Mustafa,
Carolina. Yeah.
I'm in a box. Help me. But they don't talk. That's the mime part.
Okay.
They don't speak, but they put on a little show. And yes, often they mimic or mock standard passersby, people standing around.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy.
Mustafa,
Yeah.
Mustafa,
Go
have you
ahead.
been in a similar situation?
Not
Attacked by a
sure.
mime.
I'm not sure. I confess that I being myself on my attacks to my brother, of
Uh,
course.
Okay. So back to our question. So all of those things, different types of entertainment.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
In my opinion, I think it would be more enjoyable if it was like with my friends. Uh, um, Basically because friend can maybe each of them can react to this different enjoyable seeing differently. Some of them are find this like interesting, other find the same experience is boring. So you can find like different taste of people, and all of these like people can add more fun to this experience with you. I think when you go like yourself by your own, you did find it like more enjoyable. Like if you were with your friend. I attached that myself personally. I went like outside on my own, and I find even though the place was wonderful, there are a lot of fun events going on, but I don't feel like happy because I was alone and there is no one talk with me, or I hear laugh of people talking with me, something like that. So I think it would be more enjoyable if it was like with my friends. It would be more
Okay.
enjoyable if it was with my wife. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Enjoyable seeing. You use it. You're talking about it as an object noun. You can't really.
Mm.
That didn't really work. Enjoyable situations or enjoyable activities or enjoyable events might be better.
Uh, okay. Okay.
Okay. And also, there's no one talk with. It should be no one to talk with.
No one to talk with. Okay.
Okay.
Because I cannot correct myself, I have to keep my fluency. You know.
No, okay. I don't want to. A quick self-correction. If you know
Okay.
that you just made a slip of the tongue, a small mistake,
Okay.
that's perfectly
Okay.
okay, and actually that will help you. All right.
Okay.
But don't repeat the same phrase 4 or 5 times trying different grammar constructions. That's going to hurt you. Okay,
Okay.
that's what I mean. 2 or 3 self-corrections during the exam aren't going to hurt you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Carolina, can you react to Mustafa?
I am totally agree with him. I prefer
Great.
go to that places with my friends or with my family because I think that we enjoy more with company. So maybe we can share opinion and also we can drink some beers, depend of the entertainment. So
oh,
I am totally agree with him.
Carolina, you say the key word here. I need beer for go to this place.
What the heck? What
I
the
need to
heck?
recharge my patience, and beers is the battery for me. I mean, friends are good, and I really enjoy spend time with them, and especially if I have to go to these kind of places. But beers is the key.
Okay. Okay. That was great. Great job. Great interaction there. All right. Naturally interjecting your opinion in a very natural way. I know it's somewhat ridiculous because you're in an actual testing environment in the actual exam, and it's hard to do. But the more natural sounding like that would have been great. You know, he would have basically, that
Okay,
alone, you would have basically aced the test, really.
okay, you know what?
What?
Was I am not simulating nothing. It's just my opinion. It's my real opinion.
Okay, let's
Oh
try
my
the
goodness.
next one. Jorge Luis, can you actually start the next one? B, what other forms of entertainment are popular with young people in your country?
No, I re I have no idea. I suppose that may be video games because I am a video games fan as well. I
Mm-hmm.
spend a lot of time uh, playing on my PS3, especially FIFA. Uh, but I don't really know are the what are young people doing right now. I mean, I think that I am still young, but the younger people, I don't know. Like, these younger people is kind of crazy, you know. I have a little brother, and I don't understand most of the time what he's doing or what are his um, yeah, the activities that he wants to do. But I suppose that maybe another form is the video games,
Okay.
or I don't know,
So,
going to these crazy parties.
all right. So I have a question. How do you play FIFA? Do you practice taking bribes and giving kickbacks, or
Yeah. Or you know what? I
doing
have
some
to I have
illegal banking in Bermuda? I don't know.
no,
How's
no.
this
I
game
have to
work?
confess that I am a bad player. So I always choose the same team, and I select the lower level in my play, and then I can win some
Yeah.
match. But the key, the secret is to choose or to select the lower level in the game. That's
Ah.
why I
Okay.
left it.
All right.
But you know
Okay.
what? And I also just let me ask something.
Sure.
I also prefer to I am like a kid. I like Legos, and I
Uh-huh.
don't have problem if I have to spend some percent of my payments uh, or the money that I gain and go to buy some special Legos, especially Batman. I really like Batman Legos because I am Batman fan.
Oh, Legos.
Yeah,
Legos?
Legos.
Ah,
Yes,
cool. All right.
they are my debilities. I don't know if this is the word.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I always say
Cool.
if when I have a girlfriend or yeah, or when I don't know when
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have a girlfriend, but the solution, yeah, when we when we get trouble, the solution is just buy me a Lego, and the problem is solved.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay.
Yeah, and it's you know, and so simple.
You're easy. Buy him some Legos and a beer, and he's perfectly happy. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You're such
What was the problem? Sorry, what was the problem?
a you're, s- you're such a man. Men are so simple, Carolina. We are really, really simple. Just buy us a beer. Some Legos
Come
were
on,
good.
Carolina, you know that we are simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know,
Um.
okay,
Yeah.
in some point of my life, I try to understand women, but I
At some
realized that,
point.
yeah, in some point of my life, yeah, but I realized that it's, it didn't work, you know? It's
I do
so
know.
complex. I just try to make, yeah, try
Your life
to, how can
easy.
I say that? Try to
Yeah.
make them happy, but don't worry about understanding. Pretty
Oh
complex.
my God.
Oh my
Better
God.
math.
Well, that's
Better math, man.
okay. Now, this is a much better topic than the original topic. Carolina, can you react to what Jorge Luis has just said? Never mind this topic. He's introduced a better topic. I'm just going to get rid of this. Never mind that. What do you think? Are women more complicated than men?
I think that men are more complicated than women. I can understand
What?
why. Yes, I can understand why. For example, in my case, he do that kind of things. I don't know. Please me is too easy, so I don't
Okay.
know.
What? What? Sorry. What kind of thing your boyfriend, husband,
My
didn't do?
my boyfriend, yeah,
Yeah.
I
What?
don't understand him sometimes.
Give me some specific
Be-
example and I can explain it.
For example, I wanna that he talks to me a lot, but it's too difficult um to try to that he give me some ideas. I don't know. He's like he lives in a globe, and it's too difficult to try to to enter in that globe. So I don't know.
Let me ask you something. Is he
I
an
always
engineer?
ask. No, he's a designer.
A designer?
Yeah, it's more
That's the
difficult for me.
answer. Designer are crazy. You have to give the opportunity to engineers or some other professions.
I am engineer, but for me it's too difficult to match with another engineer. So I prefer
Oh
something
my God.
creative. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh,
I always
Mustafa,
ask.
All right.
Mustafa, I need some help here, Mustafa. Are you an engineer?
Sorry,
Mustafa?
sorry. Can you repeat your question?
Yeah. Are you an engineer?
I'm an engineer, and I think the engineer is planning all of thing ahead for him.
But are you?
So yeah, so it's a good
What?
idea.
You're all engineers?
Yeah. We have here. Uh,
Wow.
we are three engineers, and Carolina,
Tell me.
tell it. And yeah, I will be honest with you. I
Okay.
mean, man, how can I say that in order to avoid troubles in the future? Because I know we are recording this class.
I could delete it if necessary. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The point is, uh, try to enter in that globe that you said.
Uh-huh.
Pretty
I
Yeah.
simple.
wanna
You
be
say that
there.
you wanna be there.
Yes, because I
Cool.
wanna share with him a lot of things. So it's too difficult for me to share things because he don't want to talk with me sometimes, or I don't know what happened with him. I don't know.
Try jealousy.
Okay.
Try to make try to yeah to how can I say that to
To make
make
him jealous.
him to feel jealous. Yeah,
Oh
that's the
no.
secret.
Don't advise her to start playing head games. That's terrible advice. Don't listen to
Okay,
him.
that works. That
Never
works.
mind the head
That works
game.
for me. You
Just keep it simple.
know?
Uh, okay. You guys know what head games are? Well, like trying to make somebody feel jealous. That's classic, actually. Okay, let me, if I may interject. All right, good job reacting to each other and keeping each other involved in the conversation. I especially liked when you asked Mustafa about his job and what he thinks. That's great. This is what you want to do related to the FCE. Great job. Just some English-related uh, corrections. Carolina, be careful of your conjugating verbs with he, she. I don't know why he do. I don't know why he does what he does. I don't know why he does the things he does. He does. Okay,
Okay.
you got to be careful of that. All right, now, actually, Jorge Luis was asking you for examples. Yeah, when the best way, and actually the easiest way to describe things or to um, support your opinion is to give examples. And if you can give examples, um, you know, from your experience, it's easier to talk about, and it makes more sense for the listener, and it adds more detail. So it really helps the listener, and I'll tell you what, these Cambridge style tests, they love that. They love detail. They love examples used to explain things. So actually, Jorge Luis asking you to give an example is completely appropriate to kind of what we're doing. Jorge, avoid troubles. Remember that trouble is an uncountable. You can have 3 problems are countable, but you can't have 3 troubles. So no plural on troubles. Avoid trouble. That's it.
All right.
And also, Carolina, you want to share with your boyfriend or share time? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I might be wrong. You want to spend time with him. Spend time with
Spend
him
time and share things.
and share things. Yes. Okay. Sure. Of course. Does he have to share his feelings?
No, it's too
Heaven
difficult.
forbid. Heaven forbid. No, not the sharing feelings things. I don't want to talk about my feelings. Okay, all right. I gotta get this class under control again. Okay, we're gonna move on and try some more of these picture-based questions. So I'm gonna do a screen share here. Mustafa, coming around, back to you. All right, take a look at some of these pictures here. Let's see if I can make them all kind of fit. Okay. What do we see here? Obviously, people doing a number of different jobs. Okay, Mustafa, what special skills do people need to do these different jobs?
Um, they all of them they need to be like educated and educated basically and go through a long process of studying in different major. Like for example, the first one is a teacher, so she's a teacher and she teaches student or she teach children, but she went through like maybe a course, a long course of method how she can like react with them and deal with these ages of people. And maybe sure we can see like the second one is like maybe he's like working in laboratory and lab in the lab, and he want to examine like maybe materials, so he need to know how to work on this device. Also he went through maybe a special like education process. um he should like work on this like thing or should study about it before. The maybe the we on the right on the right corner we see on the right above corner we see like a nurse maybe or a doctor. She's dealing with a dog and she's trying to maybe examine him and see what's the problem with him. Maybe measure his heart, I guess, beating heart. And we see like down below we see like a woman. She's like maybe she's I guess she's a driver of a train driver, and she's taking maybe a picture when she was like in the cabin of the driver. So it would be a nice memory for her, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, hang on. Let me stop you. All right, all right. Just
on the top
uh,
corner, on the top right corner. I should have said.
top
Yeah,
right corner.
sorry.
Yeah, okay, yes. Yes, okay. That's one thing. You have to know how to use uh, adjectives and prepositions of place because you're going to be looking at a bunch of pictures. So, yes, that's one skill that you need. I'm not sure if you said the middle picture, he's examining something. He's examined
Ex
something or examinate something. Examinate is not a word. by the way.
I didn't say examinate or examine.
Okay.
I said examinate. I'm not sure if this is a word or not, to be honest with you. Examinate.
Yeah, no, that's not a word.
Okay.
He's examining ing something.
Examining.
By the way, that device is a microscope. Okay.
Microscope. Yeah.
Of course, it's good to be able to describe features with a proper um, vocabulary. But okay, let's talk more about the overall strategy here. Okay, you're gonna be faced with what? We got 7 pictures here. The technique, and they're never going to give you enough time anyway. They're going to interrupt you and talk to the other people taking the exam. They're never going to let you talk about each picture, describe each picture in detail. So this strategy is just plain not going to work. It's going to backfire because you're only going to get through, like I just did with Mustafa, 3 or 4, and they'll stop you. A better technique is to look at the collective group of pictures and think about how they may be categorized. Hey, let's brainstorm with me for a minute. How could you kind of categorize these different jobs, especially related to the keyword, related to skills? Maybe types of skills. How could we categorize it? Any ideas, Jorge?
Uh,
Mm, medical medical skills or
Well,
health
okay.
area.
Here's what I was thinking. All right. When I see these, I think, well, some of these people really need to be using cognitive skills, using their intelligence, the scientist, the teacher, perhaps the veterinarian. They really need to focus on cognitive skills. The reporter is probably more strong in her interpersonal skills, dealing with other people. Um, and for example, the picture in the lower right-hand corner, a hairdresser or beautician, they have more physical skills. I think the train driver and the referee probably have a combination of these types of skills. Boom, boom, something like that. Uh,
Right.
okay, so if you can figure out kind of a way to categorize, divide things, just like in the other questions earlier, well, earlier and in the last class, I mentioned these in these speaking exams. It's good to kind of divide things into 2, so you can talk about 2 aspects. Divide the question into 2, so it gives you something to talk about. Basically the same thing here, but you're looking at a lot more elements. So that would be that would be how I would go. Okay. So kind of grouping them up a little bit, not going into, it's not necessary to go into the big descriptions about each. If you remember, well, Mustafa and Carolina, you were in the last class in part 2. That's where they're really testing your description abilities. So you've already done that. So there's no need to really describe these. The focus in part 3 here is more about your opinions and ability to talk about these things. Let's
I'm
yeah.
not sure, like, but maybe I said something really important. Like I said, all of them require special education program. So this is
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
can I
you,
can look them all from the
right.
beginning.
So you divided it. You made it one opinion, right? Which exactly. Which the reason why that doesn't quite work for me, because I don't know anybody who has to go to university to be a hairdresser to cut hair.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. Yes, I went to
Maybe.
Harvard University to. I got me my master's degree in
I
beautician.
mean, who's no? Maybe there is some institute for doing this, or
There,
maybe.
there is actually. My sister went to beautician school, but it's like a junior college. It's a 2-year,
Mm,
2-year thing. Actually, they do exist. That's true, but it's more like an associate's degree, a 2-year degree.
mm.
So in reality, there is. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I have to eat my words. Uh, okay. All right. Possibly. Okay. Anyway, that's kind of the idea. Let's go to the next question, which is obviously much more opinion-based, and we can argue about the next one. Not argue like fight, but we can debate. Carolina, next one. Which job should be the most well paid?
I believe that doctors and people who works look after another people, another person. I think that they should be get a good salary.
Okay, just wait a minute. People work. People's plural, right? Not people works.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Carolina,
Yeah.
I disagree a little, you know. I think that professors uh, have to be the most well paid because professors inspire children to become in the future doctors, astronauts, presenters, referees, and so on. So actually, I believe that professor should be how can I say that, like a honor, like a profession honor. I mean, the society have to give that opportunity because your experience, because your your style of life. I really uh, like that profession. Instead, I am not a professor or a teacher, but I believe that is the hardest profession in the world to inspire
Nah,
these kids.
it's a piece of cake.
Yeah. And also, I have a funny answer.
Yeah.
Let me share my
Sure.
funny answer. Is
Okay.
I believe that the the profession should be the profession that should be the most well paid is the hairdressers because they make me feel right when I go to visit them. You know, when I see in the mirror, when I see myself in the mirror, oh, I am a player. Thank you. It's like a psychologist. You know?
Okay.
They
Uh,
increase my how can I say that? What is that word in English, Carolina?
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem, right?
okay. All right. So you're a player. All right. Okay. I suppose if you're the hairdresser for, Tom Cruise or superstars, movie stars, I guess you probably do get paid pretty hefty. Um, um, okay. All right. Careful.
Yeah, teacher.
Children, not children's. Okay. Go ahead, Mustafa. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, like, I'm on the same page with Jorge, I guess his name. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when he mentioned like the professor and the teacher should be the most job well paid because they teach a new generation, and each generation got taught by them. So without them, we don't have doctors, we don't have engineers, we don't have any of the other professions. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Mustafa. You know what? Actually, I am an engineer because of professors, because a teacher of my high school inspired me.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I say that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice colloquial phrase, actually idiomatic, Mustafa. Good job. On the same page with. You forgot the with, but actually I'm on the same page with Jorge. Oh, okay. That's very good. All right. When you're interacting in this part of the exam, it's very good to have some expressions in your repertoire like that. That's a good one. Actually, I'm on the same page. All right. Hey, do you guys notice something? All right, I'm sorry, but I have to just zoom in here. Wait a minute. You guys notice something about this train driver over here? You notice anything alarming here? Anybody?
She's
It's a
No.
driving
training
with
Oh,
driver.
a
okay.
yes.
Okay, I guess maybe it's just a signal, but I was noticing on the tracks ahead of her. I thought for a second, I thought it was a person was walking across the track. When it's small, I thought this was a person. Never mind. I guess maybe it's just a
Mm.
marker or something. I thought she was looking backwards and there was a person going to walk right in front of the train. Ah! Okay, anyway.
Oh.
Well, she's busy taking a selfie or something. All right. All right. Okay. Oh, this is really the same thing. Okay. Let's see. Problems. Different problems that people have on holiday. Uh, all right. Okay, these are holiday problems, pictures of holiday problems. All right. Um, okay, how serious are these problems? Jorge Luis, let's look at these pictures. These are travel problems here.
Uh, could you please do I don't know if zoom in or zoom out in this situation?
Yeah,
Um,
yes, I can.
you mean
Thank you for
you mean
asking.
in all the picture or just in the first one?
Yeah, you're gonna have 5, 6, 7 pictures, so you're gonna talk about them all at once. That's kind of the challenge to this part 3. So how serious are these problems for the people involved? But you're not going to have time to describe each picture individually. That's why I mentioned the whole concept of trying to figure out some way to categorize the problems
Oh, right.
to make them,
And
yeah, easier to talk about.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
had the
done.
answer.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
had the answer. You cannot avoid that problems. You have to learn to deal with them.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, how can you avoid the traffic, for example? If you have maybe an application in your cell phone, but in some point of your life you will get blocked by traffic. And also, if you are in an airport waiting your flight and bad weather, the rain, you have to
Hmm.
learn how to deal with them. But avoiding them is pretty hard.
Okay. Okay, good. Now, okay, that's exactly the approach. You don't need to talk about each individual picture, but make some general statements and use a couple of the pictures for examples. Excellent. All right. Um, Carolina, what do you think? Can you react to what Jorge has said? Are these problems unavoidable?
Some of them, yes, but I think that the first one you can avoid if you use, how can I say that in English? If you use anticonceptives, I don't know how can I say it.
I'm not sure if you're talking about,
But
like,
how do you know? How do you know if that is for that situation? Because maybe it's for the sugar, the level of the sugar or what?
Okay,
He's
okay,
measuring his sugar level. Yeah, okay. I think he's taking his temperature, but okay. I'm not sure if you're saying anti. Uh, I'm not sure if you're talking about antibiotics or like
Well,
when you travel, some people get vaccinations, right?
okay.
You get vaccinations for things like malaria before you travel, or for diseases which may be prevalent in the area you're traveling to. Right? I think that's what you're talking about. Your preventative medicine,
Yeah,
yeah, like
yeah.
vaccinations.
Carolina, but don't worry. I will have the same faith if oh my God, she's pregnant.
The pregnancy test. He's checking if he's
Yeah,
pregnant. Okay. Oh boy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yes. More travel problems that you can have. uh, okay. Okay, Mustafa, real quick, what do you got? We've only got a minute, but
Um, uh, I just wrote my answer. I pressed the enter button and it does not appear on the chat box. Okay, I
no,
can figure out
I
to
saw it.
yeah, I can figure out two problems from this picture. One of them related to that. The first one related to the time and how can like how being late can postpone your appointment or make you have a rain check. And the second one is related to the hard environment and how the hard environment make people move away from their houses and make you have a backup plan, maybe have an umbrella or extra clauses. That's it.
Okay. Now, they're going to introduce, discuss, and evaluate. Have a look at the picture, which shows different problems people may have when they travel. So you have to, the interlocutor will mention the topic focus. You got to stay in that focus. You can't be making it more general, or maybe I wasn't clear
Okay,
about that. Okay.
teacher,
All right.
being late because of maybe miss your flights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you waste your time,
Yeah. Right.
postpone your appointments, have a rain check. This is all related. Thank
Yeah,
you.
speaking of being late, rain check, I have another class I have to go to. Bye. Speaking of that, I have to go. Thank you very much. That was very fun. Thanks a lot,
Teacher,
guys.